My client got denied $50,000 at 0% interest for 12 months. And I want to talk about it because a lot of times we talk about the approvals and everything that went right, but I want to talk about what went wrong because I think it'll be helpful for you and it's going to help you get to the next level. And these people be lying out here, just flexing and all that. So let's talk about the real shit in terms of why people get denied and all that. So I'm going to share my screen. We're going to get straight to it. And hopefully this video helps y'all so y'all can make more money and y'all can get more approvals. If you do funding for people, or if you just want to get your own approvals. So we're gonna talk about why my client got denied 50K at 0% interest. So this is with Chase Bank, by the way. And when I say the specific amount, just for context, if you don't know, we do work with bank relationship managers. So we go through a different application process, and that allows us to request our limit versus we're just applying online and then just praying that the algorithm, help us. So just give that context. So let's talk about my client's data points, right? So credit score is over 700 plus. This is obviously non-negotiable, especially in lending terms today. Business established was in 2022, so over 2 years old, very good. In Florida, revenue range, I don't want to put the exact amount that the client was making, but I will say it's on the higher end of this range. So anywhere from quarter million to 500K. So just keep that in mind too as you're looking at this. If you're looking for funding for yourself or if you're looking for funding for your ideal client, keep that in mind as well. So the nature of the business. So this is a home services business and they deal with plumbing and installation. So just to give y'all background context on what is going on with the client before we get into why they got denied. So watch the entire video. What the fuck happened, right? Why did this client get denied? Because one day I'll say the client on paper, everything is looking good. Everything's looking good as far as their personal credit. Everything's looking good as far as their business. Everything is just looking super, super good. So why is this client getting denied, right? What's going on? Let's talk about it. So, spoiler alert. I know a lot of y'all thrive off of negativity. My client got approved, got the 50,000. We will be getting paid. So if you're a hater, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Nah, but so I post online. I talk about how my client actually did get denied the 50K. And I told him a simple fix, got it reversed, saved him $50,000. He was approved at 0% interest. So the client was low key tripping at first, like, why am I getting denied? And I thought it was weird too, why they were getting denied. So we're gonna get into it. And I think it's gonna be helpful for y'all because it's a simple reason and it's a reason why y'all that are qualified may also get denied as well. So that was just a post and they're just informing me of it. So yeah, spoiler alert, he did get approved for the 50K. So if you're a hater, um, you're gonna have to stomach that. He did get approved. He's gonna get the 50K. Everything's all good. So the timeline, let's talk about it. So April 29th was when his application was submitted. Again, if you don't know the way that we do business funding, we hop on the sales call, we make sure that everything is right. We look at the credit. If we feel like we can help you, we're gonna move forward, right? Have signed a contract and everything, 10% success fee. Y'all know how it goes. So we typically have everything resolved within a week. So when we look at April 29th, a week from then would be like what, May 6th or something like that, right? But we just got the final approval May 16th. So it was a 2 week process, which is not typical. I think it's over 2 weeks. Yeah, it's over 2 weeks. Over 2 weeks, which is not typical. And this is why the whole point of why I'm doing the video, because technically he was denied initially before he got the approval, but it was, us paying attention and doing what we did that helped him. So during the entire process in between those dates, they denied the account because they thought it was due to fraud. So that's basically essentially what happened. And the reason why I wanted to make the video is because I know that sometimes this is more so for business owners that might be in a different niche. They don't know about like credit and funding and all that. A lot of times when you do get denied, you might think about it like, oh shit, I got denied. Let me wait for the adverse action letter. You're not wrong by doing that. It's good to do all that. But the thing is, when you know it's a BS denial, it's important to press the issue, call the reconsideration line, and go from there. So let me explain what happened. So, like I told y'all, we work with bank relationship managers. So I got a whole mentorship program where I let my mentees get access to my bank relationship manager, to make the good money, all that. Go look at my channel for more videos. I'm not going to validate myself here. So, anyways, I spoke with my banker and he was telling me he was very confident. He said, I think it's a essentially he's saying he thinks it's like a BS denial, and he said he's confident that it could get reversed. So he specifically told me to tell the client to call reconsideration line. He called reconsideration line. Let me tell you what happened. So he called reconsideration line, and then now it's pending, right? So it's pending, pending, pending. Everything's going good. We're assuming all of a sudden they're telling us it's denied again, right? So I let him know again. I let the BRM know again. I'm like, this is what happened. Like, what's still going on? I asked him to check on his end, the BRM. He said he still sees denied on his end, but he's confident again that it could get reversed because everything was looking good according to this client's profile. So then he recommended, he was like, make sure that they call this specific number. So I had the client call the specific number. They recommended that the client go in person. And as a result of going in person, and verifying themselves, that's what happened, right? They were able to get the approval. So they got approved for the 50K. They got it reversed, right? You might think about it like, okay, this is just simple or whatever, but the average person that doesn't know about this funding shit, they might have overlooked that. They might have overlooked it like, oh shit, I just got denied. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna try again. I don't know why I got denied and all that, right? When it comes to people that actually do business funding, that actually do this shit, you're gonna come across stuff that's like you're always learning, You're always coming across new stuff that's happening. And this was a unique situation I came across with my BRM as well, because we do get those situations where it's called a reconsideration line, verify yourself, get it done, and then they get their approval, right? But this was like an extra step because he had did that initially. He followed the simple instructions, right? The typical way that things go, but he still got denied. But the thing was, he, not to say he didn't believe in us or anything, but his morale was down, and he was just like, oh shit, I got denied. What am I gonna do from here? I said, nah, we're gonna keep moving forward. We're gonna fight it, right? So I contacted my BRM again, and then he was, like I said, he was confident that he should be able to get that approval. So it went to the extent of, okay, he has to go in bank. Once he went in bank, that's when they informed him they were suspicious that there was some fraudulent behavior, because I think what he was saying, it was something a matter of registering the account, but then there was like a different email associated or something. It was like some minute type of detail. So the main point in me doing the video and what I want y'all to take away from it is that obviously it's important to persevere, and that might help you as far as like if you do get denied. But don't get it twisted. You have to have a profile that I would actually get approved. It's not that you just have a bad profile and everything just gets approved. Don't let these people come on here and be trying to trick you, right? And what I've been noticing as someone that's been in the game, someone that's actively doing this shit, right? You might get people on here that's coming on regurgitating what I'm saying, or people like me that are actually in the field. But the thing is, me actually being in the field, I'm actually experiencing these conversations and seeing these regulations change, where the banks are being very, very cautious of people that are doing fraudulent behavior, right? People have been doing fraud forever, but it's been a lot more fraud to where the banks are very, very um, how should I, paranoid as far as people, right? They're very paranoid as far as people applying for business. They're paranoid as far as things going on. And it's just important to just keep that in mind, right? When you are going through the process, and you got to look at it from their perspective. If it's so many people out here that are doing fraudulent businesses, scamming and doing all of that, they've got to take that extra measure, extra mile to make sure that the person that's applying is not doing it fraudulently. And that's what happened in this specific scenario. So I say that to say that you've probably seen some of my past videos where I go over case studies of, okay, this person got approved in this amount of days. This person got approved in like 6 days, 2 weeks, 24 hours, 48 hours. That shit happens, but it doesn't happen all the time. Obviously, with this type of situation, I was over 2 weeks. This should have been done in less than 2 weeks, but stuff happens. So I just wanted to drop this video just to give a transparent feel as far as what's going on with the business funding. And the client is definitely grateful because he was ready to give up, but we definitely move forward as far as remedying the issue, because I this is more so information for, I guess, advice for those of y'all that do funding, if you have a credit repair business or you just do funding, one thing you gotta realize, and this is what I dropped a separate video talking about the 10 funding commandments, my own play on Biggie Smalls' record. And basically, it's important to control the moving pieces. So when I say that, shit like this where it seems like stuff is going wrong, you got to be able to control the emotions of your clients as well. So I didn't have like a negative demeanor or negative outlook based off of the fact that things weren't going typically as planned. Because usually what happens when we call that reconsideration line, get the verification, it's good to go. But this application was pending for super, super long until he finally went in branch and was able to, do what we said, have all his documentation prepared and everything. And then, my BRM as the one that processed it, added that little cherry on top to help with the situation. So I say that to say, hopefully this video was helpful. If you found help from it, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. And I'm gonna leave links in the description. If you do want to work with us for your business funding, because we do have these connections that can definitely help you maximize what you have. You can't have no shitty credit profile or anything and not make money in your business. You gotta at least make money, right? If you have not the most ideal credit. So we'll have a link in the description for that. Or if you want to do the shit that I do, get paid to do the same exact skill, because just from this $50,000, we will be making $5,000 based off of the 10% success fee. So if you're interested in that, especially if you're a credit repair business owner that's making less than 10 to 15K a month, I would definitely encourage you to get some mentorship. So I'll leave a link in the description. We'll see if we can help you scale if you got the right mindset, that type of thing. Because when it comes to mentorship, I'm not looking to work with lazy ass people. A lot of people, they be lazy, like, oh, I want you to do everything for me. I like being around winners. I'm not gonna be around people that aren't gonna take accountability for their own situation, right? I'm showing you the way for you to make more money. You come around and then you make more money. It's not that you're just putting all the ownership on us and wanting us to handhold you without you paying for a one-on-one, So keep that in mind. I'll have links in the description. With that being said, I hope that y'all have a blessed one.